Hey folks, this is Trent. Welcome to another episode of Wanduro. Today I thought I'd do a little walk around on my CRF450X, show you the mods and how I've set it up for trail riding. I actually bought this bike used off of a fellow who had set it up for riding in the Baja. So luckily I'd gotten a whole bunch of aftermarket parts that were already part of it and didn't have to do much extra. So let's just go over a few of the things. Guess we'll start here on the front left side. Well, you can see in general I've replaced all the stock plastics with black plastic. That's just to preserve the stock plastics because this bike's on its side and upside down in the dirt a fair bit with my kind of riding. You'll notice there's a bit of some cheap fake carbon fiber sticky stuff on there to cover the red side panel, just to make it all black. I got a black seat cover too. It's already been ripped. Here's a little video that shows you when I ripped it.
Oh! Yeah, you got... Yeah.
So we've got the Sicass Racing dual sport kit. There you can see the switch, and there's all kinds of wiring that goes as part of it. And here's your front blinkers, and then back here we've got the back blinkers. The kit actually came with these little surface mount ones that fit right onto there, but in one of my wipe-ups I busted those as well, so replaced them temporarily with these little stock ones, but you can see there's duct tape on those already as well because they're pretty crappy quality. I've got another set of the little surface mount ones, so I'll put those back on. The license plate holder, the so-called indestructible license plate holder and taillight arrangement that you get from Sicass, actually broke pretty easily, and here's a little video clip that shows you how I did that. Well, that wasn't very good. There goes my rear fender. But in any case, I went through a few iterations of license plate mounts and taillight mounts, and I finally settled on my own do-it-yourself thing. It's just an aluminum angle bracket that I just shaped and bent a bit here. And if you want to see how that was made, just click here on the video. There's a little video that shows how I made that. That's just a cheap Chinese taillight bought off of AliExpress or something like that. Over here we've got the MRD Racing competition muffler and tailpipe. That's a hand-built pipe, and that was on there when I bought it. And there's a Scott's shark fin to protect the rear brake rotor. And surprisingly and interestingly, it also helps when you're changing your rear tire. The rear end of the motorbike will actually sit on the combination of the shark fin and the chain guide there on the other side. There's a set of Moose extra wide Footpegs, a clutch case cover from CFC, which is just a piece of stamped sheet metal. There's the pollution block-off kit. I've got a set of Moose radiator protectors as well. Bent those radiators up pretty drastically a couple times already, and without the radiator protectors. And you can actually click here for a video that shows you how I straightened those radiators out. The horn is right up in there. It's kind of tucked away a bit. I found a spot for it. Also bought a set of aftermarket radiator fan set up here from eBay. I don't think the guy exists anymore on eBay, but they're pretty good. There's Scott's steering damper right there with the Underbar riser here. You can see the little pink aluminum guys there that bring the bar up above the steering damper. There's a fork bleeder release valve right there from Moose as well, and a couple of ram mounts. This one's just bolted onto the handlebar. This one's actually one of the perch mount ones. They actually tend to bust fairly easily, so yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it too highly. Over here we've got a billet brake perch mount, which is actually the kill and start switch mounted right in there. Up here I put together a little map pocket right behind the headlight cowl. Right now I've got the do-it-yourself winter riding spike tires on there made with concrete screws. You can click here to see how we put together those. In here there's a set of Moose Racing hand guards. I started out with the Achirby ones that had a plastic component to them, but the plastic kept shattering every time I wiped out, so I put my old Moose ones on there. So I keep a template of what the original curve of these things was, and that way when I hit the dirt and bend them, I can always straighten them to the original curve again just by putting them into a vise and bending them. In here I've got a Twin Air aftermarket filter, as well as the Twin Air filter holder. This is also where I keep a bunch of extra zip ties and my insurance papers. The top of the air box, you can't really see it. Well, I guess you can. It's been cut out as well to provide some extra airflow. There's also a technique you can use to cut out these little slots here on both sides, but I decided not to do that because I wanted to have a little bit higher air intake just for river crossings and stuff like that, although it doesn't really give it that much difference. You only get about an extra inch or so. Down in here I've got a Ricky Stator, 110 watt Stator, to give you a little extra power for the dual sport kit. This here's an aftermarket case protector because there's a 15 tooth rear sprocket for the bike as well. This is 13 on there right now, and I think it's 1352 right now or something like that. And for Baja racing there's a 1547 setup, which gives you a much taller top end, higher speed across the wide open desert. This is the 3-gallon IMS aftermarket tank. I also have the 4.1 gallon and 6.6 gallon Achirby tanks. And down here we also have the Flatland Racing skid plate. Nice beefy skid plate. The only problem is that, again, because I tend to wipe out a lot, this little corner of the skid plate gets bent in a bit. Makes it a little harder to pull off the oil filter cover. So you have to bend it out sometimes to get at the oil filter cover. And this here's the Flatland Racing odometer spacer, so when you remove the odometer, you actually put a spacer in there where the odometer drive used to sit. And down here in the carb we've got a JD jetting kit, and there you can also see the FlexJet fuel screw. That one was a real bear to put in. The carburetor, as it comes stock, is set up so that it's really difficult to remove the fuel screw. But if you want to see how I did it, you can click here. There's a video that shows you how to do that. So let's start the machine up. When I start it, you'll notice one of the little beefs I have about this MRD racing exhaust. It's pretty darn loud. Yeah, it's loud. I suppose it's hard to tell when you're playing it back on your computer or whatever, but it's loud. So a few things about this bike. It's got tons of power, but the power is just a little bit twitchy, and that might be just because of, you know, needing to set up the JD jetting kit a little bit better. But when you come off of idle, it likes to kind of jump a little bit, which is not great for riding through narrow little bush trails. You know, if you just keep your hand on the clutch and use your clutch to adjust the power in some of the tight bits, then it seems to work out okay.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little walk around. We've got a lot more of those types of things coming, so stay connected. And if you like this, hit the like button, and you can also hit the subscribe button there so you don't miss all the great stuff that's going to be coming up. We've also got a very cool Facebook group filled with really amazing people doing cool rides, so we invite you to join that as well. There's also a Facebook page, community page we have that you can like. And so just hit the connect button there and make your choice. We'd love to see you part of it, and hope you have some good riding, and we'll see you on the next video. Trent out.